Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and today I'm making haunted birdhouses. This is a really easy vignette to make. You can customize it any way you want, and it's a fun project. If you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. For this project, I'm going to be playing around with a lot of wood. I've got the wooden birdhouses that I just got in my last haul from Walmart. I've got wooden blocks, and I don't know what you call these, but I've had these forever and a day. They're kind of like very wide popsicle sticks. I have some wooden crosses. I have some wooden fencing, some wood balls, a wood plank, and this is 12 inches long. And I have some black paint, a couple shades of gray, some white, some black glitter, and you also need Mod Podge and some paintbrushes. And the first thing I'm going to do is base coat the birdhouses and the plank of wood in the dark gray. Okay, I gave the wood plank the bodies of the birdhouses 2 coats of the dark gray. The roofs I just gave 1 because I'm going to paint those black. Okay, I got the black on the roofs and I'm just waiting for that to dry. And I gave 1 coat of the pewter dark gray to the fences. And this is the dolphin gray, which is the lighter shade. And I'm just giving 1 coat of this, or 1 coat on this. And then I got 2 different sizes of wooden beads. They're pretty close in size, but not exact. And you can see the one's just a tiny bit smaller. So what I'm going to do is base coat those white, and I'm going to give them a couple coats, and then I'm going to give them a coat of orange. I painted this little piece of wood orange, and I only gave it 2 coats, and some of the stuff is showing through from the wood grain, but I'll fix that later. Okay, on to the fun part. At least it's fun for me. It's not something that you have to do. I just like the way it turns out. Okay, I decided I'm going to use the big one in the center. So I got a kind of small flat paintbrush, and I put the dark gray in the center, the dolphin gray on the right, and the black on the left. And what I'm going to do is dip the paintbrush in the dark gray and kind of swish it back and forth to make sure it's in the brush. And then I'm going to put 1 corner of the brush in the black, and 1 in the light. And let's see how it's giving it different colors there. So what I'm going to do is take that paint, and I'm just going to bring it down. And start right next to it and come down. It kind of gives it a weathered wood grain. And don't worry about getting up here, you can always touch up. No, you can't even tell that I went up. That gives it a nice wood grain. And it also makes it look like it's been out in the weather forever. Okay, that one's done, and I'm going to leave the other ones plain. I got the orange. This is called Harvest Orange. And I got some brown, and this is called Melted Chocolate. And I've got a smaller brush. I'm just going to dip it into the orange to get the paint in the paintbrush. And I'm going to dab just a teeny tiny bit on the corner of the brush of the brown. You see how it makes those lines? And so I'm just going to come down here on the little orange ball and add more brown as I need it. And this doesn't have to be perfect. We're having fun here. But this is the body of the pumpkin. And then we'll be doing the head the same way. You get a little too much brown, you add some more orange. And we'll be back after I'm done with the other one. Okay, I got the little one done. I'm just going to set that aside to dry. And now, and I used a dowel rod to hold those so that I was able to turn it easily. Now while we're waiting for everything to dry, you need some Sharpies. I'm just going to take the Sharpie and put some funny little sayings on here. So here lies Raven nevermore. And I just did one that says R.I.P. One that says I'll be back. And on the orange I put trick or treat. And I'm going to use some hot glue to glue these together. And then I'm going to give this one a little face. So we'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, the little pumpkin's done. And I'm going to glue the cross on the back of one of these little tombstones. Okay, now that most of the prep work's done, I'm going to add some Mod Podge and some black glitter to the roofs, and maybe to the bottom, I'm not sure. So, we'll be back when I get working on that. Okay, I got a fresh plate with some Mod Podge and a paintbrush and my black glitter standing by. And I'm just going to put a coat of the Mod Podge over the roof and then sprinkle it with the glitter. And this is sitting on a piece of printer paper so that I can catch my glitter and be able to pour it back in to the container easily. And I think I will do the bottom of this one. Because by now you all know me and you know that I cannot say no to glitter. Okay, I'm going to finish the roofs on the other ones and I'll be back. So far I like the way that looks. Okay, they're all glittered up. That one looks like it needs a little more. And I have my paper folded. I'm just going to pour it back in to the container. Okay, I think it's time we started putting these together. Okay, the little pumpkin guy needs a stem. So I just took a green pipe cleaner and I'm twisting it. And then I'm going to twist it in half again. And squeeze the end. And I'm going to hot glue this. Down in. I don't think I need quite that much. Cut some of this off. Okay, I'm just going to put the hot glue on the end that I just cut. And I'm going to put that down in there. Just get a little farther. Okay, I like that. Okay, now I'm going to hot glue this to the center of my board. Get this stuff out of here because I can't work with it like this. And I'm going to put that right about in the middle. Okay, the trick or treat. Put over here. Just add a little hot glue to the top. And glue that in place. And since this is the tallest one, it can handle this sign. Give that a little bit of an angle so that it looks really old and out of place. And let's do kind of the same thing over here. And I don't know if you can see that this one has a hole in it where the string was. I'm going to get a piece of cotton and put that in there. Be back. Yeah, I got a cotton ball and started to unroll it. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in there. And I'm going to shove that down into that hole. Ah! I didn't mean to shove it in that far. Let's try this again. I forgot that goes all the way through. And give it a little smoky look. Okay, I did run into a small problem. I had my fences that I had painted and I was going to put them along the front and I was too short. So I went to Michael's and I got a couple more. They're not the right size. So I may put the two small ones in the front, but it's going to hide most of this. So I think I'm not going to use the fences. I do want to add more color to this. And the easiest way that I know to add color is stickers. And these Halloween stickers are everywhere right now. I did get these last year. I honestly do not remember where I got them. And I'm just going to add a little kitty cat. And keeping it happy for the baby. Don't want to get into anything scary. And And there's a little bat. And I'll have him sitting up on the house. But this is one of those little vignettes that you can have an absolute ball with. And the little pumpkin I definitely like there, so I'm going to glue him into place. And I do have a little spider that I think I might... Oh, let's bring in some of the green. I think I'm going to put him on the Rest in Peace tombstone. And I have one of these glitter pumpkins. I'm going to tuck him kind of back there just to bring color. Make it a little more balanced. I think I'm going to call this done. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. Subscribe. And happy creating, everyone.